everyone, it's Melanie from Living Luxuriously for Less, and I am so excited to be sharing with you my Traveling Lux for Less series. I am on location at my neighbor's home. I absolutely love her backyard, and I can't wait to share my tips.
Now this is my third attempt to film this video. I was rained out twice and my hair looked horrible. My mascara was running. It was a hot mess. So I hope that the third time is a charm. Hi everyone, it's Melanie from Living Luxuriously for Less, and today I am so excited to be starting my travel series. I know that it is the summertime and most of you guys are planning family vacations, you're out of school, you're doing senior trips or family reunions, whatever the case may be, and I thought it would be the perfect time for me to share with you my top 5 go-tos when planning those types of vacations. Now we are on set at my neighbor's home. I absolutely love her backyard. It is so beautiful and breathtaking, and every time I go, I'm on my back patio and I look over here, it's like a tropical paradise. So I thought it would be the perfect location to shoot this Traveling Luxuriously for Less series. So stay tuned and we're going to hop right into my top 5 go-tos when planning your luxe vacations for less. So before we talk about planning your vacation, let's kind of get some preliminary things out of the way to address what you'll need to do prior to planning your vacation or prior to securing this awesome deal for less. So the first thing you would need to do is to, of course, set your budget. Know what you have in mind to spend on your budget for your entire vacation, not just for the trip, but for spending money, for, you know, your airfare. Set all of that up, and then once you have your budget in place, look at the dates. Now, one of the tips that I want to give you when traveling Lux for Less is that you need to be flexible. Now, I know a lot of you guys like to travel during peak season, but if you're open to traveling during the seasons that are not peak seasons, like September, October, later on in August, after the kids go back to school, you're going to be able to find some phenomenal deals, like amazing deals. And so once you get your dates together, if you're flexible with those dates, so for example, most of the time I like to travel during the week of our anniversary, but when I'm planning our travel, I look at the week before and the week after, and days, I'm able to move those days back and forth 2 or 3 days, or slide them back and forth 2 or 3 days during that particular week or time frame to be able to maximize my savings and the availability, because the site may not be available for one of those days, so it'll tell you, well, we're not available during those days. But if you move it back a day, you may see that that availability comes open. Or if you move it forward 2 or 3 days, that availability will come open. And so be very flexible when choosing your travel. The third point I would like to make is to read the fine print. On all of these websites, make sure you understand their policies. Read the fine prints concerning, you know, any vacation insurance. What if you're not able to take that vacation? What happens? Just make sure you read the fine print. Say it with me. Read the fine print. And the last tip that I would like to share with you is my favorite tip of all. I am a professional traveler. During my day job, I'm a national product manager, meaning I have a degree in food science and chemistry, and I travel all around the nation for a Fortune 500 company, ensuring that the food that you eat is safe and secure. So by me traveling all the time, I get exposed to a lot of different hotel properties, a lot of different restaurants, and I absolutely love this tool, and it's called TripAdvisor.com. Now, what TripAdvisor is, it's like a community of professional travelers who go on this website and leave their honest feedback about that property or about that restaurant, and it kind of gives you a heads up before you get to that property so that you're not shocked by what you find. I use TripAdvisor for every trip that I make, especially when I'm going to an area that I'm not familiar with. So I would use it to plan my trip, and we'll talk about that later on in these series about how to plan your itinerary once you book the trip, etc. But I use TripAdvisor. It's a phenomenal tool for getting the ratings, true ratings on these hotels, true feedback on these hotels, and for planning your trip. So those are my 4 tips. Budget, number 1, be flexible and travel off peak season. Number 2, number 3, be sure to read the fine print for any trip that you may book. And number 4, TripAdvisor.com is your personal private investigator for all your vacation needs. Is LivingSocial.com. Now here's the key to Living Social. They offer deals that only last for a certain amount of time, like 24 hours, 36 hours, whatever the case may be. So it's so important that you get these alerts, that you check the websites daily, and once you see these deals, you jump on them, because it is like phenomenal. We got our first anniversary trip from LivingSocial.com. It was like $9.99. So literally, it was under $1,000 for the two of us. We were on a very strict budget because we had just gotten married, and we had a house. We were trying to decorate. We had so many different things going on, and we really didn't have a lot of money to vacation. So it was a phenomenal deal. We went to Ocho Rios, Jamaica, and it was kind of like very relaxed. The resort was amazing. It was all inclusive. The restaurants were like, oh my gosh, they were out of this world, and probably one of our favorite vacations outside of Bora Bora, which is where we went for our actual honeymoon. One of the things that I want to mention about LivingSocial.com is that, again, read the fine print, because a lot of times they have specific days that you can travel, but this will align with your tips that I shared with you earlier, as far as, you know, securing the times and dates that you're available to travel and being flexible with that. Now, Groupon is another website that I would like to talk about as well. Groupon works exactly like Living Social. You go to the area that says escapes or getaways, and you want to look for the luxury escapes and getaways, and there are some phenomenal prices. Again, they're normally restricted to certain dates and times, so you want to make sure that you are within the time frame or the dates that you have already planned for your vacation. Or, you know, if you can be a little bit flexible, I'm telling you, it will pay off big time in the long run. I know whenever we went to Jamaica, we ended up with a butler. It was an amazing vacation. So moving on is another one. It's if you're a cruise type person, this one is an excellent one. My friend is actually on a cruise right now with her family of 5, and she was able to take her family of 5 to St. Martin, to the Caribbean, for $2,700, and that is less than a family trip to Disney. I thought that was absolutely amazing, and she was able to book her cruise through this website called lastminutecruises.com. So be sure to check that out, and I will leave again all the links down below. Another option that I found that was amazing is SearsVacations.com. And one of the things that I love about Sears Vacations is that they actually allow you to put your vacation on layaway. Like, I thought that was so amazing, because for those of you guys who are looking at this video and thinking, oh Melanie, that's great, but I can't plan a vacation at this point in time. It will be too much of a financial burden on my family. My family is, you know, very large, or whatever the case may be. You can go to SearsVacation.com and start planning your vacation for next year and paying on it, making payments on it. And I just thought that was so great, so awesome that you were able to put a family vacation on layaway and it not make a huge financial impact in your household budget. The next one that I want to talk about is actually with using a travel agency. Now, when I was helping my brother and sister-in-law plan their honeymoon to the Dominican Republic, we used a travel agency, and I thought that was such a great tool, because with a travel agency, often they use a lot of the search engines that you may use to secure a vacation, like Expedia.com or Orbit or Bookit.com, but they're able to get those same deals, but you're able to make payment plans on those as well. So I thought using a travel agency was an excellent option. Also, if you're not a road warrior like myself, I do travel full-time with my job. About 95% of travel, I travel Monday through Thursday of every week. So, you know, when I run into issues traveling, I'm very familiar with how to handle that. But if you're not a traveler, or you just don't want to spend the hours looking on all these websites that I shared with you, go to use a travel agency. I'm going to leave some links down below to some individuals that I know that have travel agencies. And no, this video is by no means sponsored. just my honest opinion, but I think that travel agencies definitely have their benefits and perks. Sometimes you get upgrades when you go through a certain travel agency, and one of the things or myths that I'd like to kind of break is that, you know, just because you go through a travel agency doesn't mean that you will pay more. And that was one of the reasons why I chose to go with a travel agency for my brother and sister-in-law's anniversary trip, because the travel agency was actually a little bit cheaper than going through a search engine, and they had that extra layer of security that if something were to have happened to interrupt their travel schedule, they were able to make that call to the travel agency and rebook their trip, and they were more at ease, especially if you, like our first-time traveler, was traveling internationally or outside of the country or whatever the case may be. Travel agencies definitely come in handy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed me sharing my top 5 websites that I like to use when planning luxurious travel for less. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button to become an official member of the Lux for Less family. I would love to hear your favorite vacation spots down in the comment box below. So please let me know where you're going this summer. I absolutely love finding new places to travel. I love traveling. One of my favorite places ever was Bora Bora. We had such an amazing time, and I will never ever forget that trip. So tell me your favorite family vacation down below. Or if you have a traditional space that you normally travel to with your family, leave that down in the comments below. And last but not least, if you have anything that you would like for me to include in my Lux for Less travel series, be sure to mention that, as I will be posting videos all week long about my Lux for Less travel tips. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, it's Melanie with Living Luxuriously for Less. Cheers.